Hi, and welcome to another educational session. Today I want to talk about the prostate gland. You know, the prostate gland has, obviously like every other gland and system organ function in the body, very specific purposes. In this case, it is part of the reproductive system. And what it does and what its primary function is that prior to sperm being ejaculated into the vagina, it also secretes a milky substance that also is ejaculated into the vagina. And this substance is slightly acidic and it's full of enzymes. And the purpose of the enzymes are to help facilitate the movement and the, I guess you could say, the efficacy of the sperm to ensure that the sperm can get to the eggs. Now, the vagina is slightly acidic itself, and so I think it runs around 3-4 on the pH scale. So between that acidity and the acidity of the prostate fluid brings up the acidity to about 6.5, and that's perfect for the sperm because it makes them more active and puts them in a better position to be able to fertilize the egg. Now, there are specific nutrients that are essential for the prostate, like magnesium and vitamin E and the unsaturated fatty acids, not to mention zinc. And all of those are absolutely essential to help the prostate function at optimal levels. Now, there are also some herbs that are involved in helping the prostate function properly. They're really more supportive, and if you've looked at my work, you see that I use herbs in everything I do for their supportive properties. They have chemical constituents in there that just help facilitate and support whatever the system, gland, or organ may be. Now, there are certain problems that arise with the prostate gland. Now, the cause of those problems, like every problem, are concepts that we maintain in our subconscious mind. The concepts that we have in our mind create our belief system. They tell us who we think we should be, how we should act, how we should respond in terms of everything and anything. So in this particular case, the concepts related to expression, reproduction, being powerful, sometimes there are concepts that, range on our inability to perform or our inability to live up to expectations that are placed on us. And we all have expectations. Again, it goes back to who we think we should be. So subconsciously, there may be feelings of inadequacy or doubt about one's ability not only to express themselves, but in terms of being able to handle everything that they need to handle. Because on some levels, just like breasts are indicative of a woman, the prostate is indicative of the male. And so there's that symbolic tie-in. And when things get really bad, and prostate cancer is a prime example, and cancer, as I've said before, or think I've said before in another tape, cancer is caused by these 4 emotions: anger, frustration, resentment, and guilt. Those emotions eat you up alive, just like cancer. So, with that in mind, nurture yourself, nurture your body, and really climb into your head and try to understand what concepts you're working with about your expression, about your abilities to perform, to provide, all the things tied into the concepts dealing with being a man. One of the ways to get to understand that is by doing the exercise of, on a blank sheet of paper, I have to think a minute, The left-hand column, everything you think a man should be, as a father, as a brother, as a son, as an uncle, as a cousin, as a boyfriend, as a provider, as head of the family, whatever the concepts are, whatever it is you think a man should be, write it down. On the right-hand side of the column, why? Where does that thought come from? Are you like your dad? Are you the opposite of your dad? You need to understand the belief system, because here's a universal teaching in Exodus that talks about the inequities of the father passed on 3 to 4 generations. You need to understand what concepts have been passed on to you that are part of who you think you should be. And who you think you should be is not necessarily who you truly are. Because in Revelations it says this: you have a new name, a new identity, a new persona that only you will know once you get through the process of self-examination and understanding the concepts that affect your life. So, hopefully you'll partake in our life enrichment journey. If you have any questions about anything, you can always reach me here through CUTA. There's all kinds of wonderful free information there to help you understand and master you. Until then, take care, be well, and above all, God bless. Stay healthy.